This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
But, there's this thing out there when it comes to, the draft, and I think there's a misconception about the draft and what the Dolphins have done in the draft. And, some people think, like my man Perk and others, that maybe they haven't been good enough. And this graph that I'm showing you here, this gentleman, Patton and Analytics, it says, what does the average ROI for every pick over the past 4 drafts look like for each team? For reference, the first overall pick is worth $3,000 on the Fitzgerald Spielberg chart, and the 63rd pick is worth $900. And so as you look, the Dolphins are pretty much right there in 4th place. Actually, officially in 4th place, because they're ahead of these, right behind the Lions, let's say, or maybe equal to the Lions. Jets and Jags. So over the last 4 drafts, these guys have actually been able to hit on a lot of picks. And this is when I think Greer has been completely in charge. The years of Gase and Tannenbaum, and Flo, as you just heard Cam talk about it, that Flo wanted Raekwon Davis. I'm pretty sure he wanted Noah Monogamy. And I know he wanted for sure the, what's the name of the tight end? Hunter Long. Okay? So, we all know he wanted Jordan Love. The good thing is for Minnesota, he's not going to be in the personnel department. That's a good thing. But, I mean, it's just one of those deals where they are hitting on some picks, a lot more than they used to. And I want to bring this up because throughout the offseason, media, people that don't know shit about football, whether they're talking about it, you see them on television, on radio, locally, writing, or whatever, they are going to do whatever they can to spread FUD, because FUD sells. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And you guys buy it hook, line, and sinker. And I want to show you this because what I want to remind you of is that they do have a great front office. And one of the things that I tell you about crypto is you got to stay strong and stay the course. I wouldn't tell you this under Philbin. I wouldn't tell you this under certain people, but under Greer and Allen and McKenzie and McDaniel, I like this group. I think this is the most potential we've ever had since the Shula days. Okay? Since the Shula days. Anything after Shula, I think this has more potential to do better than anything we've had here. And I just don't want people to get so frustrated and then listen to people writing about all kinds of stuff. See, now you have like I explained, I hate to pick on the guy so much, but this Mark Ross guy, that I when I got in the car and I'm listening to Joe, and it's like, this guy doesn't know what the hell, and this guy's a former NFL GM. And this is the kind of shit that you see on radio and on television. And then, the hosts aren't going to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way I play the game. If even my guest says something that's a little outrageous or offline, I'm going to straighten it out. Or I'm going to say, no, I disagree with that. I don't care. You know what I mean? If Mark Ross says that, I would have said, no, wait a minute, dude, I think you're wrong. This is not, they're not an attacking defense. But this is what happens. And then they misinform you. You know how many idiots? Not a lot, because less people listen live. They all listen mostly on demand. But how many people are going to hear that interview and then walk away and say, oh, no, Fangio has an attacking defense. And then they're walking away misinformed. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to tell you FUD about this guy may not come. And Fangio, remember the whole Fangio? Oh, that. Fangio was always coming. He was just, he's old school. He didn't want the shit getting out. So obviously his agent screwed up, let it out, and then he was like an old, he's like this old, I don't want to say grouch, but he's kind of like set in his ways. So when Mike Silver called, no, I haven't agreed to anything. So then Mike Silver then Fudley goes out there and puts fear into people. Oh, no, he has. And his relationship with Shanahan, none of that was ever going to happen. He was coming here the entire time. but they spread the FUD. So you're going to get a lot of that in life and everything. Oh, there's going to be a recession. No, there's no recession. We're going to have a soft landing. This is everywhere you go. Everywhere you go in all walks of life, in all kinds of things, because negativity sells and fear gets your attention. Reality, like this, bores the shit out of you. So I just want to, because we're early in the off season, and I'd rather you stay strong. I'd rather you not listen to a whole bunch of idiots out there that really don't know what they're talking about, idiots that just want clickbait, idiots that just want to bring some kind of attention to themselves because they really don't just want to talk about the issues. And just like that, okay, as I show you the front office, I then also want to remind you that Tua Tagovailoa is freaking really good. Okay? And here is a graph of how each quarterback performed against the top half and bottom half defenses in 2022. Bubble size is a percent of plays against top half of defenses, minimum 300 plays. Number 1, Pat Mahomes. Number 2, Joe Burrow. Number 3, Tua Tagovailoa. Josh Allen is 4th. By the way, Kyler Murray. But you look at it up here at the top and at the front here, I just want to remind you, okay? I want to keep you strong mentally. Don't give in to the FUD, okay? Don't give in to idiots like Mark Ross who said Tua can't play, right? You don't want to give in to that because he can play. Now, the injury thing, he's got to overcome. We all know that. He's not the first that has had to overcome injuries early on in his career and then have a good career. He can do it. He's just got to, as I've said, he's got to learn to be very smart and get rid of the football early, like all the other quarterbacks that are just like him that can get rid of the football right away. This is the hero ball shit just does not fly. If you're built like Josh Allen, go ahead, man. Put up with as many hits as you want. Eventually, one of those hits is going to cost you. But I just want you to, stay level-headed here. And don't allow people to talk about crap that really is not true. The Dolphins have a good front office. The Dolphins have a hell of a quarterback. His problem is health. That's always been his only problem from college on, has been the health issue. It's never been about playing. But too many of you now that you're wrong, that's all you can hang on. But that's fine. I get it. It's a really cowardly approach. You said he couldn't play. Now that he proved you're wrong, well, now you'll ride out the injury stuff like you were really smart and that's what you were doing from the get-go. No, you weren't. So, Dolphins are pretty damn good. They just need some breaks to happen to them next year. Like a lot of teams, if they're going to go deep, they got to stay healthy, relatively healthy. You're going to have some injuries, but you got to, stay away from those big-time key injuries that really change the complexion of your team.